It's mental toughness is a developed or innate skill that facilitates the awareness of physical, behavioral, and affective components that lead to the ability to consistently persevere beyond perceived adversity by maintaining determination, focus, confidence, and control. So we'll kind of reiterate that in a simplified way here. Mental toughness is a skill that you either develop or are born with that makes you aware of your body, behavior, and emotions, and it helps you push beyond real or imaginary hardships on a regular basis by staying determined, focused, confident, and in control. So with CrossFit, you're pushing the physical boundaries that you have, and with that, your mind can kind of get in the way. So mental toughness is going to help you get outside of your head and let your body do what it's really capable of. There's different characteristics that people who are mentally tough possess. Those are the mindset of a competitor, pushing through walls, knowing when your brain is signaling distress and how to override those signals, using self-talk, being positive, proactive, and having an outcome-oriented self-talk. So telling yourself, I can do this, being all in, being present and staying in the moment, not letting things outside of the gym come in and take over when you need to stay focused. You're going to have a task focus, so you're going to direct your attention at the task at hand, whatever lift you're currently working on, not the last rep you did or what's coming next in your workout. You're going to have an unshakable self-efficacy in your ability to achieve your goals, so knowing that you're in control of your goals, not someone else. And you're going to push the boundaries of your limits, both physically and mentally. Any questions thus far?
So, as this pertains to my CrossFit workouts, we are often forced to go into a really dark place where it just hurts, and we're trying to keep going. Great example is doing burpees. Nobody likes burpees. They are a whole body movement that you get into and you can't breathe, but you still have to keep going. How can I force my mind to just turn off and just let my body move?
So that's a great question. So for a burpee, you would focus on each individual component of it. So thinking explicitly about the task instead of letting yourself feel it. So you're going to think, okay, down, out, push up, in, up, jump, and think through each motion and not let yourself think about your body. So you're going to focus your attention outside of yourself, and that can be on the mat as you're going down. It can be on a point above you as you're coming up and focusing on that last jump to get through it. Does that kind of help?
Yeah.
Okay. So, any other questions thus far?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. There's the 4+ C's that you can keep in mind with mental toughness. The first one is control, and that is your self-esteem and your belief that you can impact the events and environment around you. If you have high feelings of control, you're confident in yourself, who you are, what you're doing, and how you react and respond to external factors. If you have low feelings of control, you'll feel that events are outside of your control or your influence. So with CrossFit, it's you're in control of the workout that you choose. You're in control of what order you're doing, how many reps, to a certain extent. You have a coach telling you what to do as well.
What weight to choose.
What weight to choose. and so
how to
forth.
scale a movement or modify a movement to allow for injuries.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have some control in the workout you're doing. The next is your commitment, your reliability at setting and achieving goals, and how you prioritize different aspects of your life or different events. If you have high levels of commitment, you effectively prioritize goals and set them on a consistent basis. If you have low levels of commitment, you may find it difficult to focus on and plan how to achieve your goals. So I know that you tend to do at least one workout a day. And in those workouts, you're going for a long period of time. What other ways do you show your commitment? What goals have you set that you've worked towards or achieved?
So for myself, goals that I'm setting are to work at improving specific movements or lifts, essentially movements, to try and improve. Skills specifically that I'm working on are handstand push-ups, pull-ups, toes to bar, more gymnastic skills than pure weightlifting skills, although I probably need to work on some of those too. So after my workout, I usually spend some extra time in the gym working on those things. That would be my commitment to improvement.
Awesome. The next C that we have is challenge, and that's we're looking at how you perceive challenges, changes, and adversity. Ranking high in challenge indicates that you view various events as opportunities rather than threats. Ranking low in challenge indicates that various events are perceived in a negative light and are to be avoided. What are some challenges that you've approached with that optimism of an opportunity?
Well, sometimes the challenge is the result of an injury. So you, as an athlete, you're often, hopefully not often, but occasionally asked to perform while injured. And the challenge is to keep going to the gym and keep working around that injury the best way you can. Trying to keep a positive mindset, knowing that everything else is getting better, just trusting the process.
Absolutely. And you just got injured recently, didn't you?
Yeah, just a couple of days ago.
And how has that been going with being back in the gym? Have you been back since getting a little bit injured?
Yes. I was injured on Thursday. I stopped in the middle of a workout, which I hate to do. I went back to the gym on Friday and again today, and recognized that I cannot run or jump or do any kind of an impact thing like a jumping jack or something like that. So I don't do those, or I'll substitute another exercise that does not have those impacts, such as riding a bike or getting on a rower.
Awesome. I'm glad you're still going and working it out.
Oh, yeah.
Our next C is confidence, and that's the belief you have in yourself to perform well and influence others. If you have high confidence, you believe that you can successfully complete tasks. If you have low confidence, you believe that tasks are beyond your scope of ability. So this can be when you're approaching a new type of workout, being able to talk to yourself and have that can-do attitude. The next C is being competitive and finding a way to win through
Let's back to confidence.
Okay.
So I am typically a fairly confident person, but when I see a workout written on the board and I see, let's say that it's a workout that has a lifting component, component to it. My goal is usually to do the women's prescribed weights. That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can, sometimes I can go a little heavier, sometimes I can't. And as an older athlete, knowing my body allows me to choose a weight that I can be confident that I can work at. So I'll go into a workout and I may put a weight on a barbell and say, I think I can do this. And then I'll take a few practice reps and say, nope, this is not going to work. I'm not confident that I can do this. So I'll end up stripping a little weight off and get it to a point where, okay, now I'm confident that I can complete this workout in a timely fashion and do it successfully without getting hurt. Getting hurt is all the primary consideration.
Absolutely. So being confident that you can complete the task and definitely staying safe with that, and knowing your body. So being confident that you can do it at the highest weight on the workout isn't necessarily a realistic goal, but being confident that you can complete it safely is the goal there.
Correct. The prescribed weights that are generally given with the workout are for younger athletes, in their 20s and 30s, not for someone who is a master's.
Right. Ready to move on?
Yep.
Okay. So the next one is competitiveness, and that's finding a way to win through always challenging oneself and working harder. So you're not always competing against other athletes, you're competing against yourself. And I know that you will often compare your scores to the scores of those in the same age class around the country and around the world.
Every day.
But knowing that even if you're not at the top of that list, as long as you're doing better than you did the day before within your workouts, that's still a win.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with, yes, I'm competing with myself, and at the end of the day, when I'm done with workout, am I pleased with the effort that I gave? Regardless of what the result was, am I satisfied with the effort that I gave to complete the task? Most of the time, yes. That's the competitive nature, but there are times when it's like, yeah, I just wasn't there today. I didn't have it. Maybe my mind was somewhere else, or I was just beat up from a week's worth of tough workouts or whatever, poor recovery. So on those days, I'm usually not so happy with myself. But generally, yes, I'm as long as I'm pleased with the effort that I gave and I feel like it was a successful day.
Perfect. And one of the things that you said takes me back to one of the characteristics of a mentally tough person, and that's having that task focus and staying mentally present the whole time. And you would consider that a win if you're there and feel like you put in all of your effort.
Right.
Another C is having courage, and that's to take risks in order to achieve goals. So one of the continuing themes here is having goals, setting them, knowing how you're going to achieve them. And then courage looks at what boundaries are you going to push to get there. And of course, with safety being one of your main goals and not getting injured, there have to be precautions within that courageousness that you have. Yep. Another C is consistency, and that's staying at the same effort level regardless of any internal or external factors. So not letting your job, your family, or anything else come into the gym with you mentally. It's staying present so that you can push yourself as hard as you can each time you're in there. And the final part, this is the plus part of our C's, is resilience. And that's the combination of the level of control and commitment that you have. So resilience is the ability for the athlete to bounce back or recover after a setback. So for you, the setback recently was that injury, and the resilience that you're showing is continuing to go to the gym and put in the workouts and even finding the replacement motions for ones that you can't complete right now. There are some different tools that you can use to be mentally tough, and those are imagery and visualization, goal setting, there it is again, journaling, and music. So imagery and visualization, you're going to picture yourself completing the motion, picture yourself finishing the workout or the run or whatever it is you're working on and being successful in it. So as you're gripping the barbell, getting ready to do that squat, you're picturing yourself making it all the way down and all the way back up each time. Goal setting, there's certain guidelines that make a goal a good goal. But in general, you want to set goals that are short-term, mid-range, and long-term. And that helps you determine if you're directing your energy and dedication in the right way. And then as you achieve each goal, it's going to help you build that confidence that we talked about earlier. So each short-term goal should be a stepping stone to get to your final goal, which could be ranking higher in your age range or moving up to the next set of weights or mastering a certain lift. And each short-term goal can be, okay, I added 3 pounds here, I added a 10 there, or whatever the case may be, depending on the lifts that you're doing.
I did 2 more unbroken reps of toes to bar.
There you go. Exactly. So as you reach those goals, it's going to boost your confidence and help you do better in the long run. Another great tool is journaling. And this lets you write down any emotions that you were feeling during your workout. And they can be good or bad. It'll let you feel the bad emotions, get them out there, and then move on from them so that you're not thinking about them constantly. They're not just replaying in your mind. And then music can also help with lifting. And I know you're not a super musical person, but music has the ability to get you hyped up or calmed down. And then if you hear the same song during warm-up each day, it's going to get you in the right mindset to do your workout. As soon as you hear it, you're going to be in the mood.
It's funny, but the CrossFit gyms generally are playing music that I would never listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, during a workout, it's played at very loud volume, but it completely goes away. I don't even hear it during a workout.
Mm-hmm.
And on other days, we have one guy here in the gym who will bring his own playlist in on Fridays, and he's an older gentleman too, and it's more relevant to my age group. Mm-hmm. And I find myself and others in the class kind of singing along. You know, we're more tuned into the music on those days. So the stuff that might really hype up, motivate a younger athlete, I tune out, but something that's more relevant to me, I tune into. You know, it's just something weird that I've noticed.
Do you notice a difference in your workout on those days?
Not really. I mean, the workouts are always different. I mean, from day to day, but I can't say that I perform better on those days than I do others. Um, but I might find them a little more enjoyable or a little less annoying. Um, More enjoyable. I enjoy all of them, but that's another thing that's mental attitude, not necessarily toughness, but you walk into the gym and you may have knowledge of what the workout's going to be for the day, or you may not, but you see it written on the board, and there might be anywhere from 2 to 5 different movements and different weights and rep schemes and all that. And I look at it and say, oh, well, that's what we're doing today. Okay, let's go. It's not, oh, I hate that move, or oh, that's a good one. I like that. It's all taken with the same attitude. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. Let's go.
That's a great way to look at it. That way you aren't overexcited on some days and more turned off to it on others.
Yeah. I mean, the day that I got hurt, say, a miserable workout. It was, 3 different movements, a 400-meter run followed by 30 box jumps at 24 inches, followed by 30 wall balls, and then go back out for another 400-meter run. It was 5 rounds of that. It was going to be 35. There was no breaks, just continuing work. And this is those deals where you're just going to go to some dark place and have to live there.
Yeah. And on those days that you have that moment where you're like, okay, it's going to be a tough one, what's usually your thought process involved?
It's usually trying to figure out a pace that I can maintain, without my heart rate absolutely going through the roof or my breathing just getting so heavy that I can't keep going, that I have to take too many rests.
Mm-hmm.
And also just, like I say, focus on the next rep. Focus on, once you get through all of those reps, then focus on the next task. Go to the next movement. Start concentrating on that. How am I going to break up 30 wall balls? Am I going to do 2 sets of 15? Am I going to do 3 sets of 10? Can I do 15 and then 10 and then 5? Depending on where you are in the workout and how bad your legs are burning. So you're kind of constantly doing these little calculations in your head, trying to figure out how you can best work within yourself to try and get the best result.
It sounds like you really have mental toughness. You just hadn't put a name to it.
Could be.
Yeah. I think a lot of the skills that we've talked about, you already have them, and you've been working on them and honing them over the course of working on CrossFit. It was just giving them a name that...
Yeah, perhaps, yeah.
I want you right now, though, to think of someone that you know that you would characterize as mentally tough. And now I want you to think about, you don't have to tell me who it is. Think about 3 characteristics that they possess that you attribute to their mental toughness.
I would say commitment to continuing to work past an injury. I would say courage and probably a little bit of competitiveness.
Awesome. And do you see those in yourself as well?
Well, I definitely see the competitive.
I've worked out with you. I know that's true.
Um, the the courage part, I would say yes. Um, and what was the other one I said?
Commitment.
Commitment. Yeah, the commitment's there. I mean, going 5 or a week just is a long commitment. Just go and do the workouts, but then just stick around afterwards to do extra work. Yeah, that's hard. Um, but that's where I'm finding out that real progress is made in fitness.
Well, good. I'm glad that you see those things in yourself. Um, Seeing that you possess the characteristics of a mentally tough person is a good way to build your confidence and keep you motivated to continue on your journey. I'm glad we got to work on this together.
Yeah, me too.